go ahead and take care of that, and then we'll discuss both of these simultaneously.
I have no problem with that. Does anyone else have a problem? Okay.
All right. Mr. Hyatt?
Yes.
All right. Just as an update for concerning Mr. Hyatt, Mr. North has touched base with his counsel. You know, his contract has expired per resolution. He was paid a certain number of vacation weeks. There are no pending claims. There's an agreement that there will not be any claims. So as of right now, our relationship with Mr. Hyatt is severed, and hopefully there will be no repercussions in any way. There's an agreement with his attorney. So I think that we are in a good place right now. But obviously, if that changes, Mr. North will keep everyone updated.
All right. Thank you, sir. Obviously, we wish Andrew Hyatt the best. And as I mentioned earlier, onward and upward for us. We're going to keep on keeping on and doing the very best we can. Mr. Craft.
Yeah, discussion in engineering projects, infrastructure, discussion in city manager position. Number one, Chief Williams and I, we've already had this discussion, and I think Chief Williams, he'd try to jump over this building if we asked him to. I think he would try to absolutely do anything that any of us up here asked him to do. So this discussion is by no means any reflection upon him. However, some people have strengths and weaknesses, as he and I have already discussed, and right now exit 1 is pretty much our top priority. And what the city, number one, I think we ought to go ahead and start making preparations to advertise for a city manager, a new city manager. That's going to be a 30-day process minimum. After we receive applications, you're talking about another 30 days to vet those, and then another 30 days to vet them and reach an agreement. So you're talking about a 3-month process. So I think we ought to go ahead and get that started. One of the things that the city is quite honestly lacking in is, for lack of a better term, a city engineer, and Chief Williams and I had that discussion also this afternoon, and be it either someone with public works experience that I think that we may need to hire as a new city manager, or we may need to go ahead and kind of enter into an agreement with an engineering firm to be our go-to person for the roads and for the sewer projects. Maybe not so much the sewer projects, because that'll be handled by WWTA, but the roads. We definitely are going to need help with that. I've been a real estate broker for 20 plus years, and I couldn't tell you how to build a road. I don't know how many inches of gravel, to how many inches of asphalt, to how many cars per day can travel on it. I don't know anything about that. I don't know anything about sewers. I know my limitations. So I think we ought to go ahead and start talking about what we're going to do. And the reason why this all came about, Senator Gardenhire and I were on a conference call with the Tennessee Department of Economic and Community Development, trying to get some money for the city of East Ridge to do these projects with. And the legislative liaison over there, Sammy Arnold, said, "Mark, send me the name of the contact person, because there are some grants available out there, possibly through HUD, believe it or not." So I said, yes, okay, I certainly will. And after I had that discussion with him, I called the mayor and I said, Mayor, we need to start talking about this, because quite honestly, we don't have a point person that is knowledgeable in public works area. So that's how all this came about, and no disrespect to Chief Williams or to Thad Jablonski, but you know, Mr. Jablonski's got everything that he can wiggle with on his plate with other issues, so he doesn't have time to do it. Chief Williams, he's busy trying to build a fire hall and taking care of running the day-to-day operations. So I've laid it out there for the discussion, as it says. So what are other people's thoughts? You know,
I thought right now, leave it like it is for at least another couple of months or 3 months. Chief Williams right now got some things on his platter he's trying to get straightened out.
well, it's going to take that long before we even hire somebody.
Right now, I say leave it like it is. That's my suggestion. Matter of fact, I'll put that for a motion.
Okay, we have a motion. Do we have a second to leave things as they are, and basically not take any action on which part of this?
On the city manager.
City manager part. Okay. That motion's out there. Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay. There's a second. Have opportunity for discussion. I don't have a problem having council work up a desired list of qualifications for a full-time city manager. If I recall correctly, it took us about a month and a half to do that the last time. So
yeah, that's what I'm talking
about. If we did
about.
nothing but start that'll probably keep us.
For that.
It is, but that's really a baseline, and you can kind of add to it. I mean, we prefer someone that has experience in this area, or that kind of thing. So, I wouldn't have a problem moving ahead with that process. That's not the motion on the floor. The motion on the floor is to just keep it like it is and don't do anything.
Later down the road, then we can come back on it.
Again, have tremendous respect, and Chief Williams and I had this conversation earlier this week. Like I said, I have tremendous respect for him. I think he's doing a great job,
And I agree.
Right, I understand. I don't want to take him out when he's in the middle of something. I also don't want to leave him in so long that he gets burned out trying to do 2 jobs. In a way that's really what we're doing. So, I guess it's a balancing act here.
So get a motion on it, and go ahead and get it on.
Well, we're still in discussion period here. But those are my thoughts. I think.
Well, I don't think Mr. Williams wants it forever anyway, but, I think that we put him in here and let him get some things, like say, get the fire hall going and all, and I don't have a problem looking, make the qualification more, but I think we really need to look.
That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying get rid of him next week or even next month, or we're talking about an extended 3-4 month process here. I think last time it took 6 months before we found someone because we didn't like the first batch of candidates. So we had to go back and re-advertise again for 30 days and vet them for 30 days. So again, Chief Williams and I have had this discussion. He understands why I'm bringing this up, and it's absolutely nothing against him. I think he's a great guy, and hell, he runs into burning buildings for a living. How much more braver can you get than that? So.
One thing I can say about Chief Williams, he's got some, and you know yourself, and everybody on his council knows, he's got some things going on right now. I've seen some, I can't say what, but I've seen him do some stuff that didn't need to be done years and years ago. That turning the wheels got everything wheels turning, getting our city going forward. That's really nice to pull him out. That's really not pretty good.
Now, kind of because we kind of looked at both of these items at the same time, I absolutely agree with Vice Mayor Gravitt's point that, you know, we're gonna need some help with infrastructure, with, with roads and sewers.
We have somebody a while back, had somebody on, they didn't charge us unless we went into this back, maybe you got on, I don't know.
Engineers direct.
Had an engineering firm, that, but some of them wanted money up front just to say they were our engineer. And what we had, they didn't charge anything.
And I do think, you know, I mean, the bare facts are these, that you know, we're talking about the exit 1 upgrades, the reconfiguration, and that's 50-year-old transportation technology down there.
Well,
They don't. There's a reason they don't do clover leaves anymore.
Is it cheaper to get a farmer, I mean, or would it be just to hire somebody?
That farm was Thompson Engineering.
Thompson,
And he helped us out quite a bit.
You know, and our sewers are older than that. In a lot of cases.
Mac is no longer at Thompson.
So we definitely need some help in that area, and
Mr. Mayor, are we discussing item F or item H, city manager position, or?
they were kind of combined, you know, the motion.
Yeah, I know, the motion we made on H. Now we're up here discussion.
Well, it is, but it is related in that Vice Mayor Gravitt said, you know, he would like to potentially seek a city manager that has the background in, or has some background in the infrastructure part. So they are tied together. If there's no, I mean, if there's no other comments or questions or whatever, then we'll proceed to a vote on the motion that's out there.
Mayor, has nothing to do with height, period. Right?
No, not at all.
And don't take that wrong, right?
No,
Because we put it together, that's the reason I said that, I was talking about.
No, we've already covered Mr. Hyde.
so.
I just want to make sure I don't do that. Good.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second on the floor to just kind of leave things as they are. If there's no other comments or questions, we'll proceed to a vote on that.
So by us voting now, does that mean we're not even going to discuss potential qualifications for a new city manager, or discuss possibly advertising for a new city manager? We're just not even going to talk about it? Is that's the way I'm understanding this?
Not at this time.
For 3 weeks is really, I mean, because any one of us can put it back on for the next meeting. You know, I do think, again, I think it would be good to just start talking about what it is we would like to see in the next, in the next city manager.
That's all I'm talking about, is start talking.
But that's not the motion that's on the floor right now. The motion on the floor is to not take really any action beyond status quo, exactly where we are. So if there are no other comments or questions, or no, I guess, revisions to the current motion and second, then we'll proceed to a vote. Roll call, please.
Vice Mayor Gravitt?
No.
Councilmember Cagle?
Yes.
Councilmember Manning?
Yes.
Councilmember Sewell?
Yes.
Mayor Lambert?
No. All right. So that really takes care effectively of both of those items. And again, at any point in time in the future, we can bring up one or both of these issues, but for tonight and the immediate future, we will take no action and just leave things as they are. With that, I think we take care of everything on the agenda for tonight. I do want to mention, I think Chief Williams had asked if we could have a very brief executive session, council. So if you all